food, sex, and death.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Food, Sex, and Death. I'm Mike Apolino here with fantastic burlesque lady Lefty Lucy.
That's me.
The Pooge.
Let's get to gabbing, guys.
And our special fill-in guest, Kim, a.k.a. Kimbo Nice, a.k.a. KGB, a.k.a. KPB.
K-Riot.
A.k.a. Kate Dizzle.
Exactly. Pinch
A.k.a. Old Pink Hair.
Old pink hair.
So, how's it going, nerds?
It's true. I am a grandma. I do have the pink hair.
I didn't call you a grandma. You don't look like a
No,
grandma.
but I am a
No,
grandma.
but grandmas are blue hairs.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's because
yeah.
they've been going platinum way too long and
Yeah.
they've stopped using toner. I feel like a motherfucker should be a compliment because I feel like if you're a motherfucker, you're doing a service. Like mothers work very hard and
moms
they
do fucking too.
need that relief. If they don't have someone at home providing that, then like
They might
being a
drown their kids in a
motherfucker should be a
bathtub. Save the
compliment.
next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then it's you know, I told you somebody corrected me on the cocksucker thing, and they're like, "We like getting your dick sucked. You're just talking shit because somebody's sucking your dick." And I was like, "Ah, fuck, you're right."
Yeah.
But you're not taking motherfucker from me. When you say like, "Oh, my stepdad's really cool. What's the problem with that?" Or like, "I love my dad. He fucks my mom." Fuck you.
Fuck you.
yeah.
Indeed.
That's what it's
Yeah.
turning into.
Yeah.
That's where it's
No,
going.
see, that's
So,
creepy.
you
I'm
know.
saying more like, I mean, like, let's be real. There's probably way more single moms out there who need a motherfucker than moms
They
who
need a
have
motherfucker
one.
I've tried
that
to do
then
my
loads the
part.
dishwasher. That's what they
We
need.
all know you've
So-
tried to do your part. Your girlfriend was very
tried to do
unhappy with the
everyone's
part you
part,
tried to
dude.
do.
Yeah, it's just try to add to the so speaking of like not being able to say words and stuff, I've been hearing a phrase a lot lately.
Way.
Safe words.
Well, like so, all right. I think we were talking about bidets last week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I was in Chicago this week for a wedding, and I was staying at my buddy's house. And in the guest room in his basement, there's a squatty potty and a bidet.
Yes.
That is luxury.
Pure
Yes.
luxury.
Oh,
but like
Lord,
also, there's not a fan in the bathroom,
Is it
and
an
it's right
actual
next
like
to the.
squatty potty TM or is it like a?
It's a squatty potty TM.
Holy
Johnny
shit.
Van's a fancy fuck, right?
Whoa.
I've just got a slide out.
So
bench.
Yeah,
I'm
no doubt.
So I'm you know, in the bathroom using the bidet, and like you could hear it from the bedroom. So my girlfriend's like, "Oh, full blast! You having a good time in there?"
You wouldn't lick it. So.
And so me and John
All
are like,
for
I'm,
you,
like
honey.
I'm like, dude, your bathroom's dope, the squatty potty and the bidet, and we're like, yeah, it's the best. And like both his wife Kate and my girlfriend Shelby are like, oh my god, you guys just say you like getting your butthole with water in your butthole. I'm like, no, I just want a clean butthole.
I want a clean butthole.
So we're at a
It's
dinner
polite.
party the next day, and like I keep hearing people be like, you know, like, well, I mean, like, I'm like, hey, like, they're like, well, we're not trying to like shame you about liking stuff in your butt. I mean, like, unless that's what you're into. Like the whole like, it's gone from like, I'm not trying to blank shame you. But then, like, I'm not trying to blank shame you.
Right.
Unless you're into that. Then that's cool, too. Then I'll keep shaming you.
I'm not trying
Which
to-
is
I'm
hilarious
not- yeah.
to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the asterisk, double asterisk of every
Oh,
sentence.
absolutely.
That was so funny.
I'm
Your
planning on
comfort
giving
is key.
everybody in my family bidets for Christmas just
Oh.
to be like, what the fuck is your problem? So,
And then they're gonna start using them, and then they're gonna thank you at all their money they're saving on the Cottonelle wipes that they don't have to buy anymore,
Exactly.
and they're saving the environment by bideting.
Exactly.
You know, it's a part of our
One
repressed
bidet at a time.
American culture for real. Because I've talked about the squatty potty, and people get weird.
I know.
And they don't. And it's like,
I-
dude, I've been shitting for over 30 years. This makes it better.
Changed
Don't
my
you
life
want
so much better.
Changed my life.
That was the
I
best
post
part.
the squatty potty unicorn video on my friends' pages all the time, and when I go to their houses, like, there's a friend whose house I go to all the time. After I've like used their bathroom once, if they don't have a squatty potty, I post that video on their Facebook page. It's not to shame; it's to encourage because I would like there to be a squatty potty next time I'm there. Otherwise, I'm going to keep flipping their trash can over. I makeshift that shit. Like I'm old enough
Gutter
that like
squatty
now that I know how much better life is with the
There's
squatty
two
potty.
foot-shaped dents in the garbage can.
Look, if you're my friend, you should probably buy a garbage pan with a lid on it because it'll make everything better for everybody.
That's the most aggressive I've ever heard you sound, Lefty.
Yeah, well, that was a warning.
I will fuck your garbage can up, and I'm not cleaning up the refuse, all right? Get a squatty potty, motherfucker.
My husband once took a dump in the litter box to freak the cats out.
What'd they do?
It freaked the cats out.
Did they use the
that's
toilet?
because-
Especially
because
since
that's how
one
you
was
assert your
blind. He's like,
dominance.
what the fuck is this?
Your husband shit in your blind cat's litter box?
That's good.
Whoa!
I would do that too.
You've heard that.
It was quite the party.
My cats love hanging out in the bathroom with me. My cats hate that I don't use their litter box. They're like, Mom, why don't we get to smell your poop?
This is weird. And why do you keep stealing mine?
Have you heard that like that famous story of that prank that George Clooney played on his old roommate with the litter box?
No.
Like it's like so he had like a roommate who never cleaned his cat's litter box. It was always disgusting. So George Clooney for like 2 weeks made sure like he cleaned it every single day. So his roommate was like, I think there's something wrong with the cat. It hasn't pooped in like a week. And then just took a giant dump in the litter box. Like a giant human-sized shit.
Awesome.
Right.
Clooney.
He still wins. He still fucking wins.
He just, I think, whatever he's
wanna
done in
not
his
like
past
him.
lives were right because he's just like, he is coasting through this one. And
Seriously.
bless him.
Except for his shitty fucking tequila. So besides that.
$1 billion for that company.
I know.
That's fucking crazy. He sold his tequila
Yeah.
company with him and his party planning hipster old
Whatever.
dude friend
Yeah.
for $1 billion.
Godspeed. That man should have $1 billion. He probably knows who to give it to and who to spend it on.
He's a motherfucker.
like,
He's a real motherfucker.
He's a real motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. He's doing the world some good, except for.
And we're not
tequila.
motherfuck shaming unless it's what you're into. In which case,
Unless
you
that's
do
what
what
you're
you
into.
do.
Look at it.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Is he married now?
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
he
he married
is.
that
Yeah.
super awesome lady.
Because my boss said, that he didn't get married for a long time. Right?
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
just got married
He
to
was-
like
he was-
some international lawyer.
Yeah.
lady
And
who
they've been
does-
dating
Agma
forever.
or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
some-
embarrassed. I
On
don't know what the
occasion,
fucking
I
name of
catch
stuff, but
People
she's cool.
magazine headlines.
Yeah.
That's all you need to read is the headline. The article's just going to say the headline rephrased a bunch of different
People
times.
magazine, each time I see it in the grocery store or the doctor's office and everything, I'm like, I have no idea who the fuck these people
Oh, me
are.
either, man.
I have no idea. I don't know what this Kylie Jenner person is.
I don't know why I'm supposed to
But
care.
she's making gazillion dollars on fucking Instagram. I don't know how
I'm
to
like, bless
my
her.
Instagram hasn't given me shit except for, somebody poked a heart, that doesn't pay my goddamn rent.
I mean, I'm like trying to get it to. Like,
Yeah.
I do not begrudge, like, if people like what I'm doing enough, want to give me money so that, like, because they like looking at my Instagram, like, I'm going to take it. But, like, I also don't feel bad at all about not knowing who anyone on People Magazine is. I'm like, that's
No.
great that other people don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
don't give a
give a
fuck.
fuck about me, though.
I give a fuck. They give a
Cash.me/I
fuck, though.
love Lefty
Just-
Lucy if you want to donate to the cause, you guys.
KP makes a lot.
That's right. I'm
So-
taking that to the next level of shameless.
Yeah, I'll be behind the bar at 9:30 if you want to give me some money too. So
Yes.
So, okay, I saw the Whitney Houston movie a few weeks ago, and there was a quote in it that was meant to be like, this was like the beginning of the end, like this is what led to all the problems. But like I've totally taken it into like a really positive mantra, and the quote was, Whitney went from making $500 a week to $500,000 a year, and I've been like, yeah, and I'm writing it on all my calendars. I'm like, from $500 a week to $500,000 a year, because like,
Keep
what
that
would I do
dream
with that
alive, man.
$500,000 a year? I'd be producing shows. I'd be tipping bartenders well. I'd be paying artists. I'd be living a good life and tipping the service industry who is helping
Yep.
make that happen. Like, I would still be like hustling
And you're
and
helping
doing
their
everything.
$500 become $500,000.
Exactly.
See, I would just make a Christmas manger scene out of cocaine.
But I know I'd spend it on good things, and I'd invest in the things that I think like create a community and like invest in people. So like I should have that $500,000.
I would buy a whole bunch of fucking art.
Yeah.
It's a problem. It really is. So,
But that's
I'm running
great.
out of wall space. It's ridiculous.
Well, so then you'd open a gallery, and then you'd have a place to show people's art, and then you'd be able to so anything you think would be a problem, like you could turn it into helping other people and feeding your problem at the same time.
I'd get
true.
so much revenge. So much revenge.
Jesus, dude.
She's tossing over like trash cans.
That's how you make the listeners want to invest in you, Polino.
There you go. Like the best revenge is living
$1
well.
and a dream.
No, I still think it's fucking murder. Like I'm just saying.
Just
the
saying-
best revenge is living well. Oh, is it? No.
No.
The best revenge is like leaving somebody destitute and broke and
Yeah, but then you have to
sad,
care about that
missing
person
so-
enough to
You gotta get 'em
invest
old
in
boy style.
demolishing them, and you could just be like in the Caribbean instead.
Okay, hippie.
There was actually somebody who said,
saying.
what is the most like non-violent revenge that you could do and stuff like that? So everybody was listing just shit, and shrimp in the curtain hymns. Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, what's that smell? And it just gets worse and
That's
worse
a really
and worse.
common
yeah.
New Orleans one, actually. Shrimp and oysters in
Yeah.
I've heard this from people as like a
I've heard it in
post-breakup
trunks.
thing.
Yeah.
like leaving old fish behind is a New Orleans like breakup tradition. Apparently,
Were you dating Don Corleone? Like what? Sorry, Barzini. Were you dating Barzini? Sorry about that.
Seafood is
Or
accessible
what's
here and
Tataglia?
smells
I
terrible
don't
and is
remember.
easy to hide and hard to locate and like has a slow build. Like it's a perfect revenge
Yeah.
food.
Virgil
It goes from being an
Solozzo.
aphrodisiac to your demise.
Just to correct myself on were you dating Don Corleone? I meant, or were you dating Virgil Solozzo? Sorry. Okay. Need to get that right.
That's okay. Cause do not leave
Yeah,
comments.
I'm not gonna-
He's rectified
yeah.
this.
I know anybody I know is gonna be like, really, Polino, you fucked up that Godfather reference. So I just gotta fix that real fast. And it might have been to Taglia, or they don't really say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause it was that whole beef. Whatever. All right, we're good.
What?
We're gonna fix that.
That's
Please do.
ridiculous.
I know it is, but I have a really hard time at doing anything that's like just sitting and watching a movie for the enjoyment of doing it. I can't do. I have to be watching it with someone because then it's like I'm hanging out with my friend and we're watching a movie. But if I'm watching a movie at home, like there are things I need to do and stuff that needs to get done and emails I have to send and it's
Well,
just like
fold laundry or fucking diddle off or
I have to schedule diddling off, Michael,
what? Why?
What?
because
How
I
busy
don't
are
like
you?
I forget to eat too. Like it's like there.
I do forget to eat.
Yeah,
I
like
do not forget to masturbate.
no, I just no, it's not that I forget. It's that I have so many other things I'll do that if I don't schedule it in, there won't be time for it.
But do you actually schedule it, or are you being hyperbolic?
No, I legitimately like I'll look at my day and I'll be like, okay, these things gonna get done. This is how long that'll take. That's how long that'll take. I'd really like to jerk off, so then I'll do that at that.
Wow.
Okay,
Whoa.
so we're gonna take lunch at this time, and we're gonna make that a 3-hour break to make sure I have enough time to do what I need to do, and maybe I'll get ahead of schedule, and then I'll be ahead of schedule for the rest of the day, and that'll be great.
Then I can jerk off again.
And then I can jerk it off again, or I can take a nap.
That's kind
So-
of that's important.
Wow.
That's like an old school thing. Like when I used to have to buy porn, you had to plan to masturbate days in
Yeah.
advance.
That's
for sure.
true.
you
That's
know?
true.
I mean, like when I think I may have mentioned
You
before,
guys
like,
have-
have you seen the episode of 30 Rock where Tina Fey like has to schedule her sex life? Like, I identify with it so hard. Like when I saw that episode, I suddenly understood like what I was doing wrong. I was trying to like go with the flow, and that doesn't work for me. I need to like be like, hey, it's on.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten better at like scheduling sex, but honestly, I don't really masturbate that often. Like, I go through phases, but like,
You have a girlfriend that's half your age, son. Of course, you're not going to masturbate. Like, sorry to put that on there, but
It seemed like before the
Even
girlfriend, you just
before that.
outsourced the task, Michael.
yeah, but all I mean, but no, but
of
even
course he
before the
doesn't. It's
girlfriend-
called self-love. Of course he doesn't. It's Michael Polino.
Touche.
He
No,
likes
but even before
hands-free
that, like-
self-love.
I hate myself so much that I will not make
But, like,
myself feel good.
I mean, I feel like whenever I end up jerking off now, it's like I'll be like, I don't know what to do. Oh, there's nobody around. well. How are you doing, old friend?
Oh yeah.
Hey, buddy.
The porn thing gets a little crazy sometimes, though.
Or
Yeah,
when I
and
have a
especially now
migraine.
that it's on the phone, you know,
slows
it's
down your
oh,
computer.
Jesus Christ! My dad actually used to remember Vivid back in the day.
Yeah.
Vivid was a major porn producer, and my dad used to insure them way back in the day. Yes, so, yeah.
Whoa, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I found that I'll go now. I'll do like this is really embarrassing, but whatever. I'll take like 2 different porn videos and put them in half the screen. So
I've
just in
definitely
case
done
one
that.
gets boring.
Why is that
the
involved?
other
I
one
do
is-
tabs.
That's sick. That's
I do
really
tabs.
fucked up.
I am
I've
a
had,
tabs
I think
too
I've had up
much.
to like 4 or 5 going at one time.
I actually
You have
don't
4 or
start-
5?
Yeah, I mean, back when I had like my gigantic, when I did the video
Holy
stuff, I had like a
shit.
gigantic.
I'm sorry.
I don't have that attention
Jeez.
span.
4 or
That's-
5.
I don't
okay,
either.
No. My process involves lining up 4 to 5 because you don't know where they're going to go because most porn is made for straight men, so you don't know if it's going to
Right,
actually
it's like-
like
it's
and
like
also
a-
depends
it's like a
on what
weekly
kind
one.
of mood you're in. You
Yeah.
know?
So like I'll search a few different things and I'll pull up a bunch of stuff and I'll like have them all paused and then I'll be like, all right, are we good? Are we prepared? Okay. And then you like start watching and then you can like kind of figure out like that one's the one with the good noises and that one's the one with the good visuals and that one's the one for later and that one's like
Yeah.
See, this is exactly why I've never been a huge porn guy because, like, I mean, I have definitely had like 5 tabs open at the same time, like on my giant screen, right?
Right.
But I've never been a huge porn guy because I don't know, maybe because like I did video stuff when I was younger. I'm just like too particular. I'm like that lighting is fucked up and it's not good for anybody's skin tone. I can't fucking watch this video. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, those noises are
Similarly
horrible.
bad.
You know,
Okay,
like,
valid.
So like, it takes me so long to find a video that's not like takes me out of jerking off. That I'm like, it
that's
takes
why you
fucking
like
forever.
mute the bad sound on the good visual and turn up the good sound on the bad visual.
Right, but
and,
it
like,
takes so long. It's easier
It's-
to go
it's
to the
like
bar and meet
curated.
somebody and then go home. Takes less time than to have a good porn sitch for
yes,
me.
because
you know?
you're dating women.
Yeah.
Just like thinking about if I'm in a place where I could just masturbate or I need to like get dressed and go out and like flirt, and then like,
Are you saying it's
I
easier
could
for
totally
me to
have
get-
come by now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also
Where,
hard
yeah,
too
you
because
could roll out. I mean, especially where you live now, you could roll out in what you're in laundry day clothes.
First of all, my
and
laundry day
pull
clothes
pussy
are
home
fucking
in
hilarious.
30 minutes.
It's in New Orleans. That is a fucking lie, and I'm gonna set that shit straight right fucking
I'm not
now.
saying it would be good.
Right, but also you're a woman. You're a pretty girl. You can walk into any bar, be like, anybody want to get laid, and you're going to get laid.
No,
Like,
no. The people who respond to that are not going to be.
quality.
for sure. But if I walk into a bar, like anybody wants some dick, I'm getting thrown out immediately.
All right,
like
valid.
you're gonna get
Yeah,
like
but
bad responses.
you are charming enough that you could walk in, pick the girl you think's cute enough, buy her a drink, and like make the conversation go where you know it's going to lead to a good time.
I disagree. I mean,
Nope.
thank you for calling me cute.
Sorry.
I think I said you were charming.
Well, I mean that's even better.
This is the worst fucking city in the world for straight dudes to get laid in. It is a complete and utter lie. And you can see in the summer when there aren't festivals, the actual ratio of men to women is like 4-1. We have an entire gay neighborhood that's for dudes. We don't have a single lesbian bar that's been going consistently. They've
That's
tried
true.
many times and failed. And I told the back bartender that started last year, I was like, I told her this ratio. She's like, really? I'm like, you're going to see what's up. She left for the summer, came back, and she talked to me. She's like, you're right. Every bar I go into, I'm the only girl, and every dude starts really violently hitting on me. I'm like, yeah,
dude,
dude.
it's fucking
It's
savage here.
it's like the fucking, it's like grizzly bears after hibernation.
I never
It's
really
fucking
thought
nuts.
about that. So, well, I mean, I'm a boring straight married chick, so you know.
And I only go out when I'm getting paid, so I'm in a different like headspace.
Right.
If you want to get laid, gentlemen, and you want a good, fun ratio, New York City is the place for you. All of
True.
the attractive, intelligent, amazing women are surrounded by models and actresses, and they don't think they're hot at all. And you can totally talk to them, and it's fucking amazing. And
So,
if you don't
yeah.
want to see them again, you just don't go to that bar again. You will never fucking see them again. I guarantee there's 8 million people
It's
surrounding
true.
you.
You can
I
hide in
believe
that
that
city.
because I believe that for the reason that I feel like it's not that way in Chicago. Like people in Chicago, I think, are much better looking than people in New Orleans, but then as most cities in the world are.
Yeah,
but the
we're
thing in
busted.
Chicago, you get everybody from like all these shitty Midwestern towns who are like the super best looking person in their town,
Right.
and think they're still shit in a big city. You know, both
Right.
on the male and female side. Like
Yeah,
on the
I
men and
agree.
women.
They
You know
are
what I
the
mean?
shit, or that they are shit.
That they're like the shit.
Oh, the
like,
shit, okay.
I was the head cheerleader, and I'm like, okay, back.
I was the popcorn queen of Indiana.
You're still a
so-
terrible person. I don't want to talk to you. And say, I'm not just trying to make this like against women because men are the same fucking way there. You know, where I'm like, all right, listen, Biff. Okay, nobody gives a flying fuck that you're the backup quarterback in DeFuck, Iowa, or where the fuck
No,
you're from.
no one
you know?
cares. No one cares.
And also, I'm starting to lose, because of the ratio and seeing it all happen, I'm starting to lose a little bit of empathy for some of my female friends that are like always complaining about the shitty dudes they date. Because I see what happens, and I'm like, well, the 3 nice guys were hitting on you. You didn't give a fuck about them. Honestly, you wanted the douchebag. I mean,
That's
no,
valid. That's
you know,
valid.
like it's
Yeah.
like that kind of ratio a lot of times. It's making me into a worse person
No,
being
like,
around.
well,
it.
Well, we're
often,
also
like-
in bars in which we make really shitty decisions.
Most
you
people
know?
are.
So,
They do.
yeah.
But no,
so,
I mean, like, you're right about that, Pooch. Like, all the time I see like women at the bar, and like there's like some dude who's like an all right dude, like what I want to be like. I hate the phrase like the nice guy or whatever, but like a decent person, and they always end up going home with like the piece of shit where I'm like, what the fuck?
So
You know
I want
what
to say. So I want to. Okay, you mentioned that I'm an
I
attractive
feel like I live
woman.
in the middle there somewhere myself, by the way.
You mentioned I'm an attractive woman.
Yeah.
I think we've discussed this before, but like that concept is a new thing for me. Like that's not how I've lived the majority of my life, and that's not like that's never been a priority to me. And I've always like so I'm now perceived as an attractive woman, and it means that the only people usually who are brave enough to talk to me are the douchebags, which is why I live a very lonely life. The nice guys don't like. The nice guys don't make a move at all, and
Well, 'cause
if
they
your
respect your
move,
fucking boundaries.
if your move is talking
Yeah.
about yourself, which is like I have a tattoo on my arm that says "Be interested," and like I don't even necessarily mean in me. Just be interested in like fucking something that isn't you, or like someone else's life. Like be interested in like something cultural or something you saw, like something you
But it's also
experienced. Or like,
terrifying for anybody. It's like I went to all girls schools all my life, and so it was on me to approach the dudes, and it's fucking terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying, and so I kind of feel sorry in a way. It's like thank God I'm fucking married, because if I were single now, I would not know what the fuck to do at all.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Zero fucking game.
I don't know, man.
I'd be like,
Everybody's always whinging about it. I feel like it's not that hard. Like, also, as a woman, like, you could also talk, you could initiate conversation with you. Like, oh, he seems like he might be mildly interesting, you know?
Right.
Because, I've never, like, been like, I'm going to go talk to that girl at the bar. That's not like, I'm like, all right, you look pretty and you seem kind of cool. Like, if I have a chance, I'm going to definitely talk to you. But I think the whole, like, oh, hey, how's your day going? Like, is like not.
It's hard to get that.
It doesn't
in.
You
know,
have it in. Like, if there's like, if like, you know, for some reason we spills a drink on both of you or whatever, like, you know, like if there's an in, then it's like good to go. But it's really like the cold call, like you're selling fucking insurance door to door, is real goddamn hard.
I can't meet people in a cold call context. The more I think about it, like it just doesn't work for me.
I'm just also not good at the sexy thing. The one time my ex-boyfriend, like a million years ago, the one time I tried like a come hither look and everything, he looked at me and went, "What?" He thought I was mad at him. And I'm like, "Fuck. All right. Well, I guess I'm not good at that."
I also have that, but I've been told that I have a good like fuck me gaze. But I had to shoot a music video once, and he was like, "Okay, give me the look you give the girls," and I was like. It's like I looked afraid. Like I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. Like, you know.
No, Pooch, you know that both you and I are rolling by on our voices for sure.
Oh,
like, we
definitely.
Work in
You both
bars
have
and,
really
like,
good voices.
That's
so,
like,
yeah.
let's be real, that's our best quality.
And we are very auditory beings, you know, females.
Absolutely.
You know, I think if Kenneth Branagh had a really shitty accent, and I'm, you know, not into that type or anything, but I would, because he's got that British fucking accent
Patrick
and all
Stewart
that other kind of
is
shit.
still
Oh my
sexy
God.
for the
Hell yeah.
same reason.
So it's all that kind of stuff. If you've got a good voice and you've also got this great confidence and stuff like that, and you have something actually interesting to talk about, rather than, hey, watch the Saints this weekend. Yeah. You know, were you at the Red Dress Run? Oh, fuck you. Get off. So
it's a really bizarre town. Also, I try to explain to tourists they're like dudes that are trying to find women because they get shot down a lot. Like, there's a lot of women in the city that I feel like they're totally cool with flirting, and that's a part of their life, and that's like you can communicate with them with flirting, and that's fine. But like aggressively or like hitting on them in a way that's very direct is totally not wanted at all, and it's not something you get rewarded for at all. So like. Thinking like, oh, well, I'll just have balls and just be like, hey, do you want to go hang out or whatever? Like, that usually doesn't work out for you in this town.
It's not, and
you
also,
be,
we're in a town when
you know,
everybody comes in groups. You know, it's like bachelorettes and shit like that. And if that one bachelorette doesn't like this other dude and everything, they are going to gang the fuck up on them, you know? It's terrifying. I cannot imagine being a dude and going up to a whole bunch of,
It's not that
chicks with
fucking hard.
tiaras and, you know, dicks on their chests and shit
it's
like
actually
that,
pretty
so.
fun when you're the only dude in that situation.
Yeah, I guess.
You're the toy then. You're fun.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's true. But are you going to be able to seal the deal? So,
No, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Of course not. They're feeding you shots the whole time. You're just the toy.
Okay.
But
But that's also a
that's
different
nice.
thing. Like,
I don't get objectified in my
there's-
life. There's very little times when this happens, and when it is, I enjoy it. You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Please objectify me.
I do. I do.
No, when, on the rare occasion it happens, it is super fun. So I hear you.
Right?
You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, I would love that. Are you kidding?
I get like bashful, which is hilarious because I'm like, all of his attention is weird. You know?
Weird.
I just always wink at him and say, "I get it from my mama."
It's like that dentist, the dentist from the Christmas special. She thinks I'm cute or whatever. No, that was Rudolph.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like there's not really that many nice guys.
Well,
though.
but then there's
People who are
also
like,
this-
Well, I'm a nice guy. No, you're a fucking.
You're a nice guy with a habit.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like without. No, you're just fucking scared of people, and you just go fucking talk to people.
well,
You know what I
and
mean?
there's
Like,
there's also this like whole other added layer of like, okay, it's like the same thing with like dating sites. Are you looking to like get laid, or are you looking like for the relationship of the rest of your life,
Well,
or
I
like
mean-
somewhere in
right,
between?
yeah.
And like having that conversation when you first meet someone is like not typical.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to meet the relationship of your life drinking beer and shots next to the shitter in the back of a bar, right? Like, that's why that goes down every time.
But I mean, like,
well, you
I don't
fucked
know.
up my whole life plan, Pooch. Thank you.
When they ask you, like, so how did you guys meet? It's like, well, I wanted to get really fucked up, and I had like $25 on me.
I always just say I just say alcoholism. You know, like I don't know, man. Like it was one of my friends was a bartender came in the bar last night, and she's a little bit loaded, and she's there with a dude, and he went to smoke a cigarette or take a leak or something. I don't know, but she's like, well, I broke my rule. Like, I never hang out with customers like in a romantic way. I'm like, how the fuck do you ever get laid? Like, is the only way?
Where,
like,
in the grocery store?
Like,
I mean,
where do you meet? Like, so if you like.
That's our church. They're like, go meet a nice boy in church. Well, I don't fucking believe in God. Bar
exactly.
works.
Like, where do people meet people? If you're a bartender, like, I don't think I have hardly any friends who I don't know or tangentially know from other people I know from a fucking bar. You
and
know
we're
what I mean?
not outside in daylight ever.
Right.
We have no vitamin D in our
systems.
systems.
Join a fucking book
yeah.
club, like, which I would, but just because I want to read
Exactly.
the books, not to meet chicks, you know, like.
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
It's definitely tricky. I would not know.
But then also, do you find like, I mean, I don't know who I'm asking, or maybe ask you, Pooj, but do you find like, you know, like getting like slut shamed as a bartender for like sleeping around a bit, and you're like, you sleep with more people than me. It's just you don't meet them at work because you work in a fucking office.
It's like slut shaming a drummer. Come on.
It is kind of.
You know, really.
I've never actually done that. I've never done that as a bartender. Like no, I don't really do that. I don't know.
Well, it's not
That's
like
a
I'm
weird
like
thing.
on the prowl at work ever, or have been on the prowl at work. It's just like that's where I fucking meet people, and half the time it starts to like, you seem cool. Well, I get off work at 8. You want to grab a beer? Like, and
When
then,
I waited
like, stuff
tables,
happens,
totally.
You know?
But for some reason, as a bartender, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Waiting tables?
Oh yeah, man. God,
Well,
I was.
the
Is
walk-in.
it because they're right at crotch level? Like,
No, I don't. You get the first off. You get the
power
hostess,
stance with your
who's just
crotch dressed.
always the
fish in a
hostess.
barrel,
Yeah.
and she's hot, but you just have so much time to work that out. You got the other waitresses, which are also usually pretty attractive if you're. And then there's just a lot of options for front of house.
Well, and it's also front of house. They get to go in the back of the house, and there are all sorts of little places to hide.
Yeah, but
and
I feel
shit
like
that. If you're behind the bar, you're behind the bar. You are on stage.
Yeah, but then all the
There's
waitresses
not
come there
time
for
to,
your
like,
drink, and
yeah.
the bartender's the top of the creep chain for sure.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
always.
Yeah. Whenever I go to bartender conventions and shit like that, it's like towards the end of the convention, I'm like, you guys probably all taste the same. You guys are gross.
I used to have like a 3-point action plan though for female bartenders that I wanted to fuck, and it worked most times. Honestly.
Please
curious.
elaborate.
Elaborate.
All right. So it honestly, you have to be getting green lighted to move on to each step. But you initially decide that, hey, I think this bartender's hot. She's right next to my house. I'm gonna try and have sex with this bartender. She's been flirty. It's nice. Whatever. You move on to stage 2, where you come on a busy night with a friend, and you kind of talk to her, but you more kind of hang out with your friend, and then you leave, right? And you ask her when she's working next. You figure out the slowest shift. You show up then alone, and if she hits on you, then she's probably gonna take you home at that point. And it worked out for me pretty well.
That seems kind of
A
accurate.
good 90% of the time.
That seems pretty accurate.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a plan so much as a
It's a plan.
human approach to other humans.
Yeah.
No,
like
it's a
that
plan.
seems like no.
But also,
I mean,
it's a fucking plan.
I mean, like you've recognized that there's
Well,
a
he's
pattern to
scheduling
it.
it,
There's
so,
definitely
yeah.
a pattern to it, but
It's
like
a
just
plan.
because there's like a rhythm to life doesn't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Plan
it's a
makes
good
it
plan.
plan
It's
makes
just-
it seem like
It's just elaborated
Like you're
on
tw-
and
you're twirling your
verbalized
mustache.
levels of
That's what I was doing, yeah.
Yeah.
Just twiddling my soul patch to get it all wet.
I know. Whenever I've like decided I want to when I was into a bartender and I was on the other side of the stick, right? When I was a customer, I've always decided all right, well, I'm going to give this a whirl, and if I do, I'm like, all right, if this doesn't work, then I'm not coming back to this bar for 6 months. You got to know that's the fucking gamble
Yeah.
you're taking.
Yeah.
Is what I've
It's
always
true.
figured.
Yeah.
And I always last drink when I got 2 sips left of my beer, I'm like, yo, hey, here's my phone number. If you want to grab a beer, whatever, give me a buzz. And then finish my drink. Tip good, get the fuck out.
Right.
Plan.
Yeah.
This is another plan.
No call.
Yeah.
That fucking bar is off the table for 6 months.
Yep.
It's because I'm not going to make you uncomfortable because, oh, God, this guy fucking gave me his phone number and they're uncomfortable. That's fucked up. You know what I mean?
And
And
also,
then you feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Also
Unless I
coming
go
in.
back on a busy night with other people so I'm not fucking seeming like a goddamn creep. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
your best bet is always the wing woman. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think the greatest tool in this situation is a wing woman, and I've used them many times, and they're fantastic.
Oh, dude, why do you think we hang out with gay boys all the time? Yeah, need a wingman. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's not why I hang out with gay boys, but they're way better than women at getting me laid.
We're
for
back
sure.
to the bidet
also true.
situation. So yeah.
No,
Full
dude,
circle.
as a straight guy, your gay friends are your number one motherfucking advocate.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And also, they will call that shit
Yeah.
out in a heartbeat. They're like, "She's gonna be the crying girl in 30 minutes."
Oh,
yes,
for sure.
true.
You know, they will call that shit out. So it's great. It's my favorite thing to do as a bartender is see a group of the bachelorettes or any other group, birthday girls or whatever, and to pick out the crying girl. And I have almost never been proven wrong. almost never. And sure enough, there's that bitch in a boa crying in the corner. You know, so
I just never want to be that bitch in a boa crying in the corner.
It
It's
looks
kinda
stupid.
Like, you know.
I worked at a
yeah.
sake restaurant in New York next to Columbia, and we would have them Thursday nights. All the kids would come, and we would take bets on who would puke because they would get the dice
Oh, yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And we would, you'd have to get a little pool going, at least for $1. You know?
We would have at Jazz Standard in New York. We would have a whole bunch of Japanese business dudes, and we would bet on which one was going to nod off first when the lights went down.
Oh, I've got a.
They're jet lagged. They've been doing business all day and all that kind of
the
stuff.
time
They're
difference is like
and they
12
are
hours.
really into
Yeah.
fucking jazz. And sure enough,
It's
one of them's gonna.
hilarious.
And they order the most expensive scotches, which is why we all fucking love them and all that kind of stuff. And then sure enough, one's gonna nod off. Yeah, every single time, like within 5 minutes. I'm like, that's gonna be the dude.
Oh, little
yeah.
sleepy businessman.
Oh, sleepy businessman. He's probably the one who actually made the deal.
Right, exactly. He's like, I'm tired
Yeah,
from
he's
working.
like,
He's like, I did it. I'm done.
I don't give a fuck. Here's
Powering
a
down.
bottle of Oban. So
So normally salads feel like punishment to you?
salads totally feel like punishment to me. It's like I ate a whole bunch of bad shit, so now I have to eat this.
See, I feel like my body hits a point where it's like, hey, give me some fucking lettuce, bitch.
No, I feel the same way. My body's like, I'll just like be like, I just need something green. But like, if everybody's the iceberg lettuce in this fucking town, man. What the fuck?
I bought
it's so
seeds for
bad.
snap peas this week because I want to grow them
Nice.
so that I can just eat snap peas whenever I want vegetables.
I got a Vitamix, and I'm a pretty firm believer in those fucking things.
Those
We do use it,
Vitamixes
like-
are fucking dope.
They're
I
great.
love mine absolutely.
What is a Vitamix?
It's the most badass, expensive fucking like blender you
blender.
could ever have, and I
But you can just
love it.
do I do like 32 ounces of green smoothie stuff,
I
and
keep wanting
try to keep it to like the raw food shit, and then
think I
that
wanna-
just replaces a meal basically, and that's
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you What do you put in your smoothie?
kale, spinach, arugula,
Vodka.
No, thankfully. I use coconut water. You need to add some sort of
You do.
like
Yeah.
juice. So coconut water is great because it tastes good.
I
with
use
the
a
fruit or
blend of
whatever.
almond coconut milk.
And then
a
you can
lot.
put in some frozen berries or mangoes or whatever the fuck you feel like from
It's
that
just-
point.
but
But
it's
as long as you get the
basically just like a nice
spinach and the
blender?
kale,
It
yeah,
is.
then it'll just it'll pulverize it to just a smoothie. So then you can.
I have
use-
a magic
like-
bullet blender. So
Yeah,
like,
that's the baby version of
those will definitely
of the
work
Vitamix.
and stuff like
I
that.
love
But
it.
I love my
I used
fucking
to have a
Vitamix.
ninja. I like my ninja quite a lot.
Yeah.
Can't
yeah,
make
those are good, too.
chimichurri and a ninja. So yeah, I'm so into.
I feel like this is like the
chimichurri.
grown-up version, like a better version of like everyone's like, well, I'm an iPhone guy, I'm an Android guy. Well, I've got a Google fucking.
I feel like
Pixel. But
Vitamix
it's
is
like,
the only one that doesn't sound like a sex toy though.
Vitamix is good, and it's
magic bullet.
Magic Bullet and the
Magic
Ninja
Bullet.
are both definitely
Oh, I've
sex
got a
toys.
Ninja Rabbit,
Because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Ninja
I
Rabbit.
actually have a Magic Bullet sex toy. I think I have two.
Yeah, there are ones called the bullet.
I like that there's that
Yeah,
one,
the bullet.
that
I've
one
got a
lube
bullet.
called
Yeah.
gun oil. Like whenever you go to the store to buy lube, they have one called gun oil, and it's supposed to
I've
be.
I've got a bullet story. Go on.
All right, well, it's supposed to be super good, but like I can't buy it because it's called like gun oil. I'm like, I'm too shy.
Yeah, it's just, I don't want that stare at
Yeah.
the Walmart.
It's got like exactly the font you'd think for a lube that said fucking gun oil on it. I'm like, I just can't.
No,
Like,
no, I can't be that guy.
I was having sex with this girl that was really crazy and weird, and she was trying to kind of out freak me at some point. So she was like,
Good luck, sister.
yeah, exactly right. So she took me to the sex shop in the Lower East Side where I was living, the Babes in Toyland.
Babes in Toyland.
Right?
Yes.
Which
Yes,
is
I love that
basically,
place.
it's like the fucking Pons Institute in there. It's fucking
it's-
It
weird.
is. It's so. Was this the one in the Lower East Side or the one in Soho?
It's
Lower Side.
Babeland.
Okay.
It's
The one in
Babeland.
Soho is like a
Babeland.
fucking
Toys in Babeland,
gallery.
right?
Yeah, well
Yeah.
now it's just called Babeland.
Is it
'cause-
really?
Yeah.
Because
So we
people
go
kept
into this
calling it
place.
Babes in Toyland, and it's in Babeland. And
Oh,
it was
So
causing
what is
confusion.
it actually fucking called?
One
then?
was a band.
Now it's called Babeland.
What was it called before?
Toys in
Toys in
Babeland.
Babeland.
Like Babes in Toyland.
It was right next
Oh,
to the
yeah.
pleasure chest.
Oh, kind of like Nick and Vito's Pizza is actually Vito and Nick's. All right, got it.
So she tells me she wants to buy a bullet vibrator and for me to fuck her missionary. Well, I was told to get there, and I'm like, well, that's not going to work. I mean, I'm just going to fuck it out of the way or whatever. And she's like, whatever, you don't know what the fuck you're talking
it
about.
just hurts your hips, trust me.
We go to the store, and I'm blacked out drunk at this point. I'm like holding on to the counter, and she tells the chick with the angular haircut what she's trying to get the bullet for, and she says exactly what I told her. She's like, well, whatever, I'll just take it. Let's, buy it. And I'm like, I'm laughing at this point. So we go back to my place and like turn the lights off, and it's like, whoop. like, zoom, 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 zoom. Like, third time, I'm like, see, it's not working. Like, zoom, 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 zoom. And then, finally, she let me do a doggy style and held it there, and everything worked fine.
Well, no, you gotta. So it's
Put it in your butt.
She didn't want it there, which also,
Whatever.
Wait, so it's like a
I'm
vibrator?
not
Like, what are you
into that
talking?
either.
Like,
I mean,
that's what it's designed for.
It's
yeah.
anniversaries and birthday situations. So
No, like I feel like
sometimes Boxing Day.
that's one of my
Sexual
favorite.
confession.
One of the punk band names I've always wanted to have is Anal on her birthday. So
Oh man, that's great.
and then
But no, so you're talking about using a clitoral stimulation while sexing, right? Is what you're talking about? So like,
Yeah, but
you
it's
can't
the
do-
wrong tool and it's used in the wrong way.
What's
agreed.
the bullet though? Like, is it like a little? I'm assuming
bullet-
It's
it's
like a
fucking bullet.
lipstick tube.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's-
it's like,
has
it looks like a little
soft
bullet,
end.
and it has a black cord coming from it, and you can adjust the
speed.
Uh-huh.
She had the
It's
battery
like
one.
it's a super it's a
Thankfully.
battery. Yeah, it's a
Well, you
super
can't
basic.
do like regular missionary with that. That makes
no,
no
it's
sense.
it's a very
That's why it's supposed to be in the
it's a-
butt. So yeah.
It's a personal.
but she
toy,
wanted just for
it's not
regular
a
old
team
clitoral
toy.
stimulation, right?
She didn't
I've
know what
gotten
she was
it free
talking
in
about.
goodie
Just trying to
bags
be
now.
freaky. Like I said, the start of the
No,
story.
all right, so what you do is you get like legs on shoulders. You got to spread your legs, and like it's gonna hurt your hips, dude. Like, and you got to angle the pelvis up a little bit. It's the only way
I'm
to do
not
that.
fucking Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Dude. I'm fucking. What are you talking about? Not a gymnast.
I mean, like, no,
You
it's
ever
gonna.
see me wear anything tight? No. Think about it. I can't do the splits and shit.
No, she's doing the split.
Yeah, like it's more flexible on her part, but like you got to have like some loose hips. Like you're gonna maybe do some hip stretches
Do
first.
some yoga
and it's
that
gonna
day.
hurt the next day. But no, you gotta have your like knees out, like, and you gotta be like, because you're basically
You're talking
upright.
reverse cowgirl. That's
No,
what you're
I'm
talking
not.
about?
No. Like she's on her back, and you got her like legs up on your shoulders, or,
okay.
or you have your arms down, and like thighs are on your bicep,
Yeah.
legs over your shoulders, sort of.
Gotcha.
Right, and then you got to be upright for the most part, and like arched back, and your legs kind of spread.
Good God.
And it works. It's just like
It works, but also
I've got tight hips,
She's,
so like
she's
it
also
can be
pressing
painful.
on your biceps, so that
Right.
hurts also.
Or
So,
like hook your
on
hands
both
under
sides,
and
so-
like lift up a bit, and that works too. It sounds way harder than it is, but I'm just saying hip pain's a real deal. All right.
I'm just saying, have a lot of pillows in your house.
Pillows
Always.
are everything. I learned about pillows only in the last few years. Oh, it changes everything. I don't want to be one of those 80s. The train always censors me. Every time I start talking about sex, the train goes by.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's got to be an analogy for my sex life.
I thought it was a good like exclamation point at the end of my explanation of the vibrator and missionary. But whatever.
So salads.
Yeah, so
We were
back
talking
to
about anal.
sex.
Okay, so no, but okay.
How
so
do we get off salads into
tossing
like,
salads, anal, it all works together.
oh yeah, salads,
So-
juicers,
so-
vibrators, got it. Okay. Fucking perverts.
It's genius.
It's true.
We're just better at talking about sex and death. What can I say?
But I personally have not ever used. Has anybody here used the sex pillow, the triangle thing?
No, I
Wait,
haven't.
I've
Yeah.
not heard of this.
I don't need more shit in my house.
Looks real handy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. I was just going to talk about the vibrator I got that like not with more than a year ago, and it's just like it was a magnet charger, and I put it in the connector the wrong way, and it pulled the battery right out of the vibrator. The vibrator's no good to me now.
Got to use the hands.
Well, now you
Gotta
can
go old
angrily
school.
throw it at somebody. Is keep it in your bag to have a reason to throw something at somebody and just chuck your vibrator at them. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
Get a little bit of joy out of
Or
that
I'll
failure.
just start keeping it in my bag, and if I meet anyone with well, I'll pull it out and be like, "Hey, my vibrator broke. Do you want to do something about it?"
Solid prop
What
comedy
what
bit.
the radio audience isn't getting is the face I made that went with
It
that.
was pretty great.
Which is completely inappropriate for.
This is why Carrot Top can't get laid either.
Yeah, basically, picture Carrot Top saying what I just said. And,
Gross.
yeah, that's.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Eat, Pray, Death. As usual, kill them all and let God sort it out.
Food, sex,